Hi there, welcome to another episode of Tastings at Hemera Estate. Otherwise, I'm Russell Cutting, and today we're standing out in the middle of our wonderful estate vineyard, and behind me is the picturesque Block 3A Shiraz. And the reason we're here is we're going to be talking about a wine that is made exclusively from this small parcel within our vineyard, the 2017 Home Block Shiraz. So, while the majority, if not all, of our wines are made exclusively from our 20 hectare vineyard, in such good years like 2017, we find small parcels within that are of such exceptional and individual quality, we can't help but make a wine completely just from that little snippet. And that's where the Home Block comes from in this year. It's not a wine that we make every year, but we felt the conditions in 2017 were, in my case, exceptional for this purpose. So I've talked about the year before. Cooler than average, longer delayed ripening, much like a vintage of 20 years ago, and that allowed for us to take our time with the wines, take our time with the parcels, and we thought that the Block 3A was really just something that needed to be shown by itself. Treated quite finely, 2 pump overs a day, normally between 7 and 12 minutes. And then at the end of fermentation, we thought that the fruit was displaying such purity that it could handle 100% new French oak. In this case, for 17 months, which is a little bit longer than we normally would let the fruit sit in barrel for that long. If you look at the wine, it's got just that gorgeous, popping, bright red kind of appearance that you would expect of a wine of such youth. The nose is certainly oak dominant at this point. You're getting a lot of those Eastern European spices, a lot of clove and pepper, but beneath it there's just this supple blue fruit. Blueberries are just bursting out of this glass. I don't know how else to describe it apart from chocolate covered blueberries there. The acidity on this wine is certainly predominant, almost puckering in some instances, which to me really suggests that this is a wine that, while it can be enjoyed now, particularly with food, is something that I would like to put down for quite some time. At least, I think, 3 to 5 years. To that end, I've raided the cellar a little bit, and I'll also be looking at the 2013 Block 3A, which, as I mentioned before, is the one behind me. So this was the predecessor to the Home Block. We did change the name in recent years, and that's just to give ourselves a little bit of flexibility should we decide to pick from one of the many other blocks on the site in order to make the Home Block. But I thought it was really a good idea to look at this kind of single block style from the last time that was 100% from Block 3A. So 2013, again, I think is a little bit of an underrated year. People tend to kind of look towards the even years and consider them better, although I argue that there's no such thing as a good or a bad vintage. There's just the easy ones and the ones we have to work a little bit harder in. But 2013 really had no issues. It was, had everything you could expect out of a good year, a nice warm growing season. In this instance, again, it was placed in 100% brand new French oak barrels, but only for 15 months. So the colour on this one, it is showing a little bit of age. You will note a little bit of browning is starting to occur on the hue, the rim of the wine there. And you're losing a little bit of that primary fruit. No longer is it kind of bursting with blue and red fruit characters. You are seeing a little bit of black currant creeping in there, as well as things like tobacco box, choc mint, and a little bit of, some would say, tertiary kind of forest floor like characters. None of which, it may sound a little bit awkward, but they all play together quite harmoniously. Again, what's really letting this wine age and hold together is that really great acidity. When going out and tasting the fruit every year, is something that I've always kind of pick up on. the fruit just it kind of quite tart, rich, but really quite grainy tannin as well. So again, this wine now is 7 years old, but I certainly am hoping to pick up a couple bit more down in the cellar for, I think, at least another 3 to 5 years within what you consider the optimal drinking window. Could be left to learn a little bit further, but all in all, the Home Block for us epitomizes a wine that can be drunk now, 2, 5, or potentially beyond. Hopefully you enjoyed that.